Speaking of what I paid for, we got to talk about Innova. We got to talk about Innova on two fronts.
Okay.
First front, my Simp front. CE plastic might be the greatest plastic ever invented.
Hunter got CE plastic in.
I have a CE
It
Firebird.
feels pretty incredible.
It's incredible.
It is incredible. I would not be mad. Listen, I don't even want somebody to send me CE plastic. You know, I would never go that far.
I didn't
But-
ask for it. I paid. First of all, I paid.
If somebody has a good deal on a CE disc, preferably a T-Bird or an Eagle, I'll buy it. Like, I'm just interested in getting my hands on a CE disc.
Yeah, there's one right there. You want to feel it?
Yeah, no.
Trevor, did you feel that Firebird?
Yeah, I did.
Can I say something and see how you feel about it?
Okay.
It feels like if I closed my eyes, I would say it was a Sexton Firebird. Like
The
a new
plastic?
one. Yeah, because it's like
Yeah.
it's like that kind of gummy, but it's a little waxier.
Well, you know what's funny is I was comparing the CE to all the plastics I had in my bag, and the closest one, and it's not identical, don't get me wrong, but the closest one, and it's actually closer than you think, is hybrid plastic from Trilogy. It's between.
I just said Fusion.
No, it's between Fusion and Lucid. That's what the hybrid is.
Gotcha.
And it's got the same opaqueness and also a similar feel. It's just not as stiff. But I actually surprised me. And I don't know how much they make that plastic, but it's good. I have had that. I will say as well that I've had that Raider and that hybrid plastic in my bag longer than anything I've had Trilogy, and it still flies the same. So
They should bring, but that did tell me enough that is pretty much a plastic blend that Innova's missing, and they should bring CE back.
Yeah, someone said
It
it's
feels
a mix.
incredible.
It's a blend between Pro and Champion. Is what
that's
someone
amazing.
said.
How would I?
Oh, and I love
if
Pro
you like.
and
I don't
Champion.
know about you guys, but if I were working at Innova and had any control over anything, like all I would do is combine different combinations of plastic.
Yeah, I don't know. why
My
they don't do that
entire
more.
bag would just be stuff that nobody else
Yeah,
had. You'd be like, yeah, this is 6% Pro, 8% G Star. Like, it's just custom blends.
It's gonna be hard for me not to just keep seeking after CE stuff. I did make another
You're gonna
disc
wanna
purchase.
Stop now. What?
I did make another disc purchase. I got it.
didn't
Three
even know
putters.
about that.
3 putters for like $10 each.
You did not buy 10-time AVRs.
No, even better.
I doubt it.
No, it's not.
11-time AVRs?
No,
I will
it
say
doesn't have
11-time
Ken
rocks
Climbers.
are not too bad. I actually want to get
This is what I got.
10-time AVRs, though.
San Marino AVR 3-disc lot.
San Marino.
Let me find the picture
So, like,
here.
did you get any of the
So
big
it's just
bead
like
ones?
a normal, like old classic AVR, and then the AVR that Paul's AVR was based on,
Oh.
and then a 1992 tournament
Are
stamp
any
AVR.
of them the big bead ones?
I think they're all classic AVRs.
Oh, okay.
I think they're all beadless.
That's
pretty
very cool.
Pretty sick, but yeah, $10 each.
Because the other, like,
wow.
that's good.
Well, maybe I think by the time I was done bidding, yeah, I paid $26 for 3 discs.
Nice. The other swag AVR to have is the small big bead
Or the
AVRs.
V-chain.
Or the V-chain. But like
That's my next purchase.
I was looking through a lot of in the bags, and like a lot of those guys threw the original small big bead AVRs and were like gassing them up.
Small bead AVRs.
Is that just KC
That's
Pro
what
at this
that's
point?
what they call them.
Is
Yeah.
that just KC Pro at this point?
No, they were DX AVRs that had
No,
a
I
smaller
know,
bead.
but KC has a smaller bead than big bead AVRs, don't they?
I don't know.
I'm almost positive.
I don't know.
I'm also getting a McPro AVR from Jacob too.
Look at this. Bunch of Innova Simps over here. Flip flop that though.
It's good. I'm gonna start.
Opposite
I'm gonna do
side.
some like
It's because-
discraft collecting, dude. Let me get a 10-year buzz, like a second run or a first run buzz. Like
I have some. I have some The thing with Discraft collectibles is a lot of the stuff that's worth a lot is like since Paul's gotten there.
We do need
So like there's a lot of newer stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause
that is
I've got
true.
like 1060 Onyxes,
like
Proto
I want
Maltas,
like an old Predator.
First Run Lunas.
One thing that the three of us talked about, but we didn't talk about it on anything, was last week we were all going through and just looking on eBay and on a lot of things, just at the prices of discs that are special to us and used to be really special.
It used to
But
be really
for some
expensive,
reason,
too.
they're just like, you can buy them for $17.
Yeah, a lot of people
Like,
just don't care.
It's just crazy. Like discs that feel like
That's
they
what I'm
should be
saying. I
worth so
think
much
this is
more.
my time to make my dream bag.
I agree. I think
There's
think I'm
never
gonna do
been
it.
there has never been a better time.
I
to
think
make,
I'm
your
sending
dream
it.
collector bag.
I think I'm sending it. That Firebird's going to my bag. I got 3 Firebirds.
People
I
they gotta sell all these things at Ford Gas right now.
I have an
know?
11 time.
Oh my gosh, true.
I have an 11-time Firebird that I'm going to put on the wall. And then I got another CE Firebird that's signed by Will Shoestrick and Nico LaCastro that's going on the wall.
Swag.
And then that one is signed by 2 people that I have no idea who they are, and that's going to my bag. That's CE Firebird.
I can't wait to watch you yip that into the water at
I'm not going to throw it in Texas.
Trinity Park
I'm putting
or
it in my
Trinity
bag
Falls.
after Texas to refuse. So I refuse.
You're not gonna throw it at all in Texas?
No, I refuse.
Why? I mean,
Got
most-
too scared.
Most of the courses there,
Got
there's-
too
just
scared.
don't throw it in your
Too
water.
scared. But I'm going to want to.
I mean, it would
That
be pretty
Firebird
sick.
is sick.
How good would the content be though? Like if you had to dive in after it, it'd be great.
I don't want to have to go in that water.
Hunter,
The water
the
at Trinity Falls is nice.
No, it is. It is.
Ish.
It doesn't matter. Second flip-flop thing on Innova.
Okay.
So Innova good, CE plastic. Innova bad, shameless re-releasing of the Discmania molds. It's gotten out of hand.
Is it bad though?
I don't know. I can't decide. Because now they've released the Metal Warrior,
I don't think
which
it's
is
bad.
an MD3.
I think it's the names that
Yeah.
are a little bit criminal.
Because we got the Iron Samurai.
I think it's just too funny. And
The
I don't care
Iron
enough.
Samurai MD3 just came out. And then like a week later, Innova comes out with the Metal Warrior.
That
and they
is a
literally,
little
when
bit.
they're advertising it, say the original MD3.
I would have.
And they also call it the approved PDGA name is Mid Disc 3.
Wow.
It's there. It
Like, that's
basically
hilarious.
it's enough to
Wow.
lead you to believe that there was a pretty ugly falling out
That's what
between
I was
the
just
two
about to
companies.
say,
Because
yeah.
to call it that, like that's disgusting.
Well, that's what also someone on
Yeah.
Facebook was trying to defend them. They're like, they're probably just selling off like the stuff that was left over. And I was like, do you guys not remember how long we went without MD3s?
Yeah.
Like they're making this stuff because
Why
they would have
wouldn't ya?
easily just sold it under Discmania previously.
I wonder
crazy.
if it'll
That's that's a
succeed
little
in the
crazy.
Innova lineup now that it's not in the Discmania lineup, because like the Innova guys, they all throw rocks. But like it's
The
so
MD3
hard.
is such a good disc,
It's so
though.
hard for me to get a gauge on the Innova like current form, like or like what's the trends in Innova, because nobody's throwing it anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so weird. Like there are people I see people throw Trilogy. Heck, I feel like I see more people throwing MVP these days than Innova. And maybe it's just where we are because we're in a very big boom area of disc golf. But like it's all Discraft pretty much. And like that's not how it used to be. Everybody had Innova.
What do you think for the most part,
I'm
if you're
just
going
confused.
through, like you take a focus group from many different areas, all throwing mixed bags, what's the most common Innova disc they're going to have in their bag?
A Destroyer.
Firebird or Destroyer.
I was going to say maybe a Firebird.
I don't know.
Because no one else makes something as good as the Firebird.
But there's a lot of
I
people that are
disagree.
throwing
They make
Captain
things similar.
Raptors,
I
Felons.
disagree.
The overstable
I
fairway
used to
is one of
think
the
that,
like.
but I lately
No, I always come back to the Firebird. I'm on Team
same.
Connor.
That's-
Like my Captain Raptor's got maybe a week left in my bag before a Firebird's
but
back.
what's wrong with it?
The Captain
just
Raptor?
curious.
It's not a Firebird.
Okay.
It's more overstable in weird ways than I want.
The enemy that I'm throwing from Legacy flies.
I haven't messed with
if
Legacy
I
much.
that one, and I agree, like I hadn't found a lot like the Firebird, but this one, it's a little deeper than a Firebird, which I prefer, and it flies just like it. And but it's a good. I mean, the Firebird's a good disc.
I can't- there's
I
just
have
something-
I have a Sexton in my bag.
It's just something so weird, and it's probably mainly a mental thing, but I literally, the day that I got a Sexton Firebird, I put it in my bag and I threw it on the first hole and it was the best forehand ever thrown, and I can't.
I think there's
like,
a lot
I
of
can't
discs
throw
like
bad forehand.
I think
with it.
there's a lot of discs like a Sexton Firebird. I don't think there's a lot of discs like a Firebird.
Yeah. Something about how the way the Firebird feels. It's like an inspiring.
Well,
Overstable
for
fairway
some reason,
driver.
like their Firebird rides this line for me of overstable enough to handle everything without being too overstable.
Shapeable still.
Yeah, because there's like the Felon and
good
stuff that
disc.
can get too flippy and too straight.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptor was in that category. Then you have like the Captain Raptor, the Tilt, the original H1 that's more overstable than the Firebird.
Uselessly overstable.
And the Captain Raptor's not uselessly.
no,
it's the closest.
original H1.
But the original H1 and the Tilt are
Captain
useless.
Raptor's a little faster, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
Feels
just
a little faster.
There's just something of like the Firebird is in this like perfect middle line that I feel like every other disc that's close to it is either more overstable or more understable than. Like I haven't found exactly a Firebird.
I also haven't bagged like just a stock Firebird in the longest time.
See, I hadn't either because I had
used to have
convinced
like
myself.
I used to have like 3 in my bag.
I had convinced myself that the Predator was just as good. Then when I took the Predator out, I
Ooh,
put
I
something
do
else
like the
in.
Predator.
I forget what I put in after that. And I had convinced myself that the Firebird wasn't anything special, like what you're saying. Then I threw the regular Firebird again. I was like, no, there's nothing like that. I haven't found it.
That's what we do every time we throw Innova disc, though. I can't help but think we're just biased.
I'm definitely biased. I
think we just have
We have
the
core memories with those discs.
sentimental value is wrapped up in it as well.
It's tough to shake. It's
It
tough to
is.
shake.
It
But That's
is.
okay. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
this is
fine.
about.
It's fine.
But I will say, like Rock
Love of the
3,
game.
Rock 3s,
They
gone.
suck now.
No, who's throwing Rock 3? Other than Innova Pros.
Because they're
Yeah.
trash now. I literally
Yeah.
tried one out. When I was in North Carolina a few weeks ago, I had one and I threw it like expecting it to be somewhat stable. I threw it on hyzer as well. And I mean, the thing practically rolled on me. And that's what I had noticed with Rock 3s ever since I got to the 4 times. Like I had a 2-time Rock 3. Oh my gosh, it's like the best mid I ever had. It was so stable for so long, like reliable, amazing. And then they kind of went downhill. So
There you have it.
Yeah, Rock 3s they're a bit of a sore spot for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Destroyers and Firebirds are still very, very, very popular. But like
Destroyers are
beyond
still
that,
amazing.
I mean, I don't know. I'd be curious if you like did that poll of what was the most commonly thrown disc. I would say it's probably like a zone.
It's
At this point, everyone's got a zone.
It's just crazy.
A Buzz would probably be up there.
Because like the Gator, that was what people threw. It wasn't the zone. It's just crazy
Well, the
how
zone-
the trend has evolved.
Because like back in the day, the Gator, a lot of people threw the Gator, but the Gator and the zone are two different discs.
Yeah.
Gator's
But
faster.
a lot of people just didn't have that spot. Like for instance, Paul's game evolved drastically when he went to Discraft because of the zone.
Yeah.
Like Paul never
he said like in an
he
interview,
never threw forehand upshots at Innova.
Yeah.
Really. If he did, he was taking power off of his monster, really. And then when he got to the zone, but then during that era, what people were putting in their bag was harps because of Ricky.
Yeah.
And so that's when the harp was like so popular. And nowadays, harps don't move.
It's a hodgepodge. The trends are weird, and like Innova has pros. It just keeps coming down to like you just realize that Paul Macbeth just moved discs unlike anybody else, and like he literally has determined the trends in disc golf for the last decade. So it doesn't seem to me like anything. I don't know what can be done to make the mainstream.
That's what's fascinating too. That's what's fascinating too is like no other, like we talk about all the time, like pros move discs. They do. Having pros on your team is important. It is. But in the current state of disc golf, there's like Paul moving discs and influencing people's bags. And then there's like everyone else is just on this like weird
it's just a
second
different
tier.
level. Paul moves the entire mainstream community.
Yeah,
of
like
disc
who,
golf.
like
It's insane.
if you don't, I mean, so many people that listen to us probably weren't in the disc golf world before Paul went to Discraft.
It was all Innova
Like you would see a buzz here and there,
and Discmania.
but like I could name on one hand people in this area that threw Discraft prior to Paul, and now I could probably name on one hand people that are throwing Innova.
Yeah, it was,
And like those are people who have like been in the game for a long time. I never threw Discraft at all, and then I was at a full Discraft bag for a little bit.
Yeah, the trend was it was an Innova with a slight Discmania hybrid. That was like the popular bag to
That's
throw.
what everyone was throwing.
Because you threw your Innova bag, but then you would have like
You're a little
a
edgy with like a
P2,
FD3.
like a MD4 in there. Like I had a P2s, MD4s, and I think I had like a PD2. That was the trend, and it was fun because you got to be a part of two companies that were making awesome molds and had really awesome players too, because you had Paul and then you also had Simon over there with Discmania.
Sexton, Big Germ.
Yeah, it was fun. Those bags were really fun.
Yeah.
That was the one cool thing about that trend was like they were made by the same people, but you got to throw two different companies' molds and feel like you were cohesive. Like I guess you could throw DGA in Discraft, but like people are sleeping on DGA though. They do have some good stuff, but nobody's doing that. People are just throwing Discraft.
Yeah.